I'm going to give us about 4 minutes for this do now. If you finish, make sure you check your work for units. All right, let's go over some answers. We haven't talked about perimeter. Some of you might know about perimeter already. So let's make sure that if you don't know about perimeter, that's okay. We're just going to learn it together. So for number 1, area, we did learn together. Can somebody remind me how to find area of a rectangle?
So you just multiply the width times the height, and then you get the area of the rectangle.
Okay, so we're just going to take our width, our height, or our length, multiply those together. So you can take either of them. Remember, they should make a perfect corner so that we can fill that in to make our rectangle. So we get 18 centimeters squared here, 45 centimeters squared here. Perimeter is a little bit different. Give me a thumbs up if you've learned about perimeter before. Would anyone like to share how you find perimeter?
You add all the sides up.
Perfect. We have to add up all the sides. So we add all of our sides. So we could do perimeter. Sometimes we just do this. Is that the perimeter? What piece am I missing?
You have to do both set of sides.
Oh, I'm missing some of the sides.
Yeah, you have to do the other sides as well, not just 2 sides.
Still need this 6, we still need that 3, and you should get 18. 3 plus 6 plus 3 plus 6. You have to have all of those equals 18. The units for this are centimeters because it is just a line, so we're measuring the length all the way around. Same thing with the other side. Perimeter here, in case you didn't know, is 9 plus 5 plus 9 plus 5. So we have 4 sides. So we should be adding up all 4 sides. When you do that, you should get 28 centimeters. Now we're going to go back to our rectangular prisms just so we don't forget about volume.
96 centimeters.
4 times 4 is 16 times 6. 36. Remember that we have that cubed when we're finding volume. So we're going to see lots of different units today. When we have a line, you have just centimeters. If you have squares, you have centimeters squared. And if you're counting cubes because it's 3D, then you'll have cubic centimeters. The last one, the hardest one, I had a lot of extra information on here. What is the length, width, and height of this rectangular prism? It's 9 by 3 is our base, and then our height is also 9. So if you do 9 times 3 times 9, you get 27 times 9. Put up a little bit. 9 times 2 is what? 18 plus 6? 24? 243 yards cubed. All right, so today we are going to shift gears and find the surface area of prisms. So surface area is kind of related to volume, but not really. It's a different part of a 3D shape. So on your paper, draw a line, write notes, geometry day 7, surface area of prisms. Okay, so hopefully you've written down that title, geometry day 7, surface area of prisms. Step 1, is to find the area of each side. So there was a reason why we had perimeter in our do now. Just like Jackie said, you add up all the sides. With surface area, we have to find the sides because the sides are not just singular lines. So if we have a box, hopefully remember how to draw our 3D boxes. I have a box. how many sides does a box have? Like if you think about, you get a package from Amazon, how many sides does that box have? Show me with your fingers. Okay, perfect. It is 6. So there are 6 sides, so we should be adding up 6 things. Now don't just add up 6 numbers because we have to find the area. When we have our boxes, we can just use words to describe each of the sides. So we have a top, bottom, left, right, front, back. So these are all 6 sides. We have to think about unfolding the box. So you have a box, Cheez-Its box, whatever box. You have top, bottom, left, right, front, back. If I rotate it this way, it'll have different top, bottom, but it still has 6 sides. So whatever orientation you have your box, you're always going to have 6 sides. So on my shape, my Cheez-Its box looks kind of like this. So the top is what by what? So what is the dimensions of the top? I can highlight it here. Side over here, I'll highlight it in red, is 4. This side that I'm going to highlight in green is what? Now, some of you might be like, how the heck are you getting that? I have to look at the matching edge lengths. So if I look at this box and pretend it's the box on the paper, this side is the same length as this side. So they're matching because it makes a perfect rectangle. Yeah, so opposite sides are matching, just like if you're at a desk, one side is the same length as the other side. Otherwise, your desk looks like a weird shape, which could happen as well. Okay, so 4 times 1 equals 4. The top and the bottom are going to match. So this is still going to be 4 times 1. I can't see the bottom. You can imagine it being there with dotted lines. You can't really see the bottom of that shape. They're both 4. The left and the right, I'll highlight it, are these sides. Think about that. How much area is that highlighted blue side? Nice, seeing so many peace signs. It is 2. So this is 1 times 2, which matches the right. All right, last one, front and back. So the front is this side. Just imagine that those dotted lines are not there. We're just looking at the front here. What is the length and width of that side? So we have to think, what is this length? What is, let me get a different color here. Ooh, we could do rainbow pen. Rainbow pen. It just looks sparkly. Okay, so I have my bottom red side, which is 4. The width or the height or whatever you want to call it. Show me with your fingers, what is that side? It is 2. It's going up 2. So we have 2 here. Let me use my fancy pen. 2, which is 8. Yeah. Now we have all the sides. Just like with perimeter, we're going to add them all up. Total So we want to add the areas to give the total surface area. So the surface area is important because if you have a box and you want to think about, well, how much cardboard do I need to make this box to hold Cheez-Its, I would be finding the surface area. The volume is how many Cheez-Its the box can hold. So they're both related to the box, but they're different parts of the box. One is on the outside, the cardboard, one is on the inside, the Cheez-Its. Okay, let's add them all together. 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 8 plus 8. Now the units go with area. Who remembers what units we use for area?
It's unit squared.
Very nice. Thanks, Jackie. Okay, units. Oops. There we go. Squared. So some of us might want to know what our first step will be. So you want to make sure that you have your list. So I'm not going to have you draw the box unless that helps you. You can redraw the box, but mostly I want to see your list of the 6 sides. And just so that we can have a conversation about this one, I'm going to label which one is the top. This is the front. This would be the right. And then you have those secret sides that you can't really see. So take a moment on your paper, try to find the area of each of those sides. Use this work to follow along and check your work, and then we'll keep practicing. I'm going to do one side, then I'm going to let you do the rest on your own. The front is this blue rectangle. You have to tell me what numbers go with those sides. For this one, they give you the numbers. And these are going to be the same because the back is back here. If you can imagine the 3D shape. So front, on the opposite side is the back. So the left and the right are these sides. So this is 2 times 3, 6, also 6. Top and the bottom, this side. So this long side is 7, the other shorter side is 2. Then add them all together. "82 inches squared." Okay, so I want you to think of our 3D shapes as being put together by lots of different pieces. I'm seeing some people raising their hands. So if you have questions about that, let us know. Some of us are like, slow down. I know. I just don't want to take too much of your time. I know you have lots to do. So first, find the area of the triangle. This triangle matches the back triangle. Okay, so 8 times 6 is 48. You divide that by 2. The triangles are the hardest part, but it still can be hard to find the length and width of the rectangles. You just have to be really careful. You look at the bottom rectangle here. Ignore all of the other sides. What is this length? What is this length? So if you wanted to say like triangle 1 is 24, triangle 2 is also going to be 24. The bottom is what? This like slanted one is what? And then the side, right? You can label them whatever you want. If you want to just be like rectangle 1 and you know which one you're naming rectangle 1, that's fine. but you need to know that there are 5 sides for a triangular prism.